It's been a while. It's been about a month. February 20th, 2023, President's Day. The market's closed today. So it's been a little while because I haven't been that active. So I'm going to go through that in video three. I'm going to hit you off with three videos as usual. This first video, I'm going to try to make them a little short today. I spent about 7 hours roughly on taxes because I have a lot of LLCs, corporations, personal, and stocks. I do everything, send it over to my account. So this first video is quality of earnings because the last video that I did, I think, was January 16th or 17th, and we're just about to go into earnings. And we've had earnings, and a lot of earnings have been bad. Even Netflix, Meta has been very bad, but the stocks are going up. So I'm not the one that says that the S&P 500 is the stock market. The S&P 500 is a basket of 500 different companies. It's a better indicator of the economy because the Dow Jones is 30 companies. The Nasdaq 100 is tech. The Nasdaq itself is close to 4,000 tickers, like maybe 35, 4,000 right now, and it's mainly tech. So the S&P 500 is the indicator that most of the people use. In a normal economy where the market's going up close to 8 or 9%, because since 1958, the S&P 500 is up close to 8% per year during that time. During the normal time, the S&P 500 companies grow sales at 10 to 20% and earnings from 5 to 10%. So I'm not the one that created that. Anytime you try to measure a company, you try to use the S&P 500. So the S&P 500 normally trades at 17 to 18 times, and a normal year when it's doing 17, 18 times earnings is growing sales 10 to 20%, earnings at 5 to 10%. So quality of earnings. And every time that we do earnings, or you're looking at earnings, you're looking at year over year. So I understand these numbers that are coming in right now are fourth quarter of 2022. And the year over year is going to compare to the fourth quarter of 2021. So 2021 was a magical year where we had record sales and record earnings. So the comps, meaning comparing 2022 to 2021, is going to be difficult because 2021 we were coming off a closed economy. We just opened up. We were just coming off the pandemic. We had a lot of stimulus, so the companies did well. When the companies did well, the stocks also did well. One problem is, and I have confirmed, and I'll go over this in video two, that since January 1st, we're getting the most retail trading volume ever. Even more now than 2021 with AMC GameStop. And the reason that matters is you're going to see crazy volatility when you have so many retail in the market. But this video is going over earnings. So remember, if you're taking a look at Meta earnings, you're taking a look at Netflix earnings, you're going to take a look at Amazon earnings, Google earnings, Microsoft earnings, Apple earnings. Take all of them. Did any of those companies, and those are big mega caps that are big in the Nasdaq 100, big in the S&P 500, also actually pretty big, some of them are pretty big in the Dow Jones. Even take Dow Jones stocks, which has more legacy companies that have been around for a long time. Were those companies beating sales year over year by 10 to 20%? Were they earning more money? 5 to 10%. If they weren't, why should they trade above 17 or 18 times earnings? So if these companies are not growing at 10 to 20%, they're growing in single digits, or some of them are decreasing sales, decreasing earnings, the S&P 500 should not trade at 17, 18 times right now. Right now, we're trading at 19 times. I actually think we're trading at lower because my S&P 500 earnings for 2023 is 208. It's 208. So we're going to go over that video too. But number one, quality of earnings. The earnings that are coming out right now are very, very bad. On top of that growth, 10 to 20 for S&P 500, I judge like analyst estimates, because you have a lot of analysts. They're paid to go over company numbers and give you a forecast. A lot of times that forecast is what an analyst feels is going to come out. If a company does not beat earnings and sales, if they do not beat them both, they automatically get a 60 or less. You cannot get a 65 if you don't pass top and bottom line, because there's only two numbers. If you can't beat two numbers, what are we doing over here? So you want to beat top and bottom line by at least 3% or more to get higher than 65. You want to beat, to get a 75, you want to beat either one or the other by 5%. To get 85, you want to beat one or the other by 10%, still beating the bottom by 5%. And to get a 95, you want to beat both by at least 10% and one of the two by 15%. So did those companies do that? Did they beat the estimate? Did they beat the S&P 500? Then you got it right there, the quality of earnings. So going over what I'm going over right now, S&P 500 so far for the fourth quarter, February 20th, 2023, I give it about a 60. This is the worst earnings since 2018. So watch it. Be careful.